Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. This is a Survive Knives GSO 4.5 Scandi rendition, if you will. Now listen, this was sent to me for review by my brother from another mother, JR. He has sent me every Survive Knives. And guys, here's my rule. If they owe you a knife, you're welcome to put that in the comments. And if you got a problem with them, you're welcome to put that in the comments. Here's what nobody's welcome to do. And this happens a lot. There's a couple clowns that don't use their real name and want to run up and down the comments and mess with people who had a positive experience. That's none of your business, okay? If you got something negative to say, man, say it. You got something to say bad about Survivor, myself, say it. Just not going to let you do it to other subscribers. There's old walking scab there, looking lean and mean. And here's what I'll do. I just block your ass. It just don't mean that much to me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. I don't make a living doing this shit. But here's what I do want to tell you. My guy, JR, has helped me, along with others, build this channel by sending these knives. Here's the thing, man. Whether you like them, whether you don't, the guy makes a solid knife. I really wish they'd get it together because homie makes a good knife. Now, what I want to do in this video is simply this. I cut everything that I could. I like to give you my impressions of the knife. This is pretty much straight out the box. What JR will do is he'll buy a knife from a particular maker. He'll send it straight to me. And let me just say this. So far, JR has bought 11 Survive knives and got 9 of them. Okay? So from that end, from that perspective, there's not been an issue. And again, if you got an issue, put it in the comment. I got no problem with that, man. And a couple of you guys are just super cool with that, and I appreciate you doing it. And again, if they owe you a knife, send it. Here's the thing that I do enjoy about Survive Knives, the handle. The handle to me is everything. Now, this is in Magna Cut. I like Magna Cut, but here's the deal, guys. I like any steel that's properly heat treated, okay? I'm not a steel snob. I don't give a shit if it's 420 HC, 1095, if it's 1095 Crovan, if it's 5160. I don't give a damn what it is. If it is heat treated correctly and you have the proper blade geometry, then old Scab's a little happy fat boy, which, let me share this with you. As many of you know, I've been dieting for the past 2 months. I've dropped about 40 pounds, somewhere in there. I weighed this morning at 277. Now, 4 years ago, or 3.5 years ago, when I started this channel, I weighed right at 365. About 2.5 months ago, I got back to 319, said to hell with it, and we're cruising on. Now, back to the knife. I know y'all wanted that weight update, because that's what we do around here, talk about everything but what we should. The blade length is 4.5 inches. The cutting edge is right at 4.25. The overall length is 9.5 inches. The blade's steel CPM Magna Cut. The handle material is 3D machined micarta. Super, super comfortable. Now listen. The inner grip on the handle, that's where your knuckles ride, and that's the most important part for me. I've got busted up, broke hands, guys. I broke my hands a couple of times, and I've got some arthritis setting into them. At 52 years of age in the life I've lived, it's time to pay the piper, right? That's part of the reason we're losing the weight. But if a knife is comfortable in hand, for me, it's comfortable in hand. Again, busted up, broken hands. I probably broke both hands 5 or 6 times. And the thing about it is, with this inner grip of 4 3/8, now any hand in the world can comfortably hold this knife. The blade width is 1 1/8 inches. It's a slicey bastard. You see the weight there, or the balance there? Little Scab throwing it in there, son. Here's the deal. The blade edge, I stumbled there. I don't normally do that. Well, I do it a lot more than I think I do. The blade edge it's a Scandi grind. Now, again, when it's done correctly, and that's the thing, man. It don't make shit what grind it is. When it's done correctly and everything lines up, man, I'm in love. And this thing is a slicing, cutting machine. You'll notice, guys, if you follow the channel, and I put out a ton of content, but you'll notice there's certain things I do a lot of, right? I try to cut the same cutting mediums. We cut industrial stuff, and I know not everybody has industrial stuff to cut, but I do that because what I choose to cut, I think it's easy to translate over to what you do, right? we do some batoning. We cut, we do some slicing, chopping, cutting. We do a lot of batoning. I did a lot of slicing in this video. That sandblast hose there, I believe it's 3/4 inch reinforced. The knife did a phenomenal job. It really, really did. And it held an edge perfectly. If you really, really, really go back and turn all the volume off, put on some music, do whatever, and just keep up with the amount of cuts we make, the things we cut, the way we cut, I think you'll be impressed too. Like this sandblast hose, just cutting it 3, 4, 5 times. I always open the video cutting paper. Now, here's the deal, just plain and simple. I do that for a couple of reasons. The first is this. It just gives me an idea of where the edge is at, right? It lets me know. At this point, I think we're right at 6,000 videos. 4,500 and something of them, if not 5,000, are of me actually cutting stuff. So when you cut that much stuff, it doesn't make you an expert, doesn't make you anything, but you get a really, really good feel for a knife or a brand that's good with slicing, cutting, etc. So cutting that paper, I can tell really more by the sound than the feel, but I can tell by both where we're at. And then we cut everything that we can and try to get progressively harder, right? And we finish with cutting paper to let us know where we're at. Now these zip ties literally kicked me to sleep. I had to take out the first 5 minutes of me throwing this axe handle all over the yard mad, because what I try to do, guys, with the zip ties is I'll tighten some down pretty good. I'll keep some loose. And I don't know what the hell I did today or what I was thinking. It beat my ass. There's that tire behind me. I wanted to tell y'all this too. Guys, I am a scavenger. We went and visited the grandboys today. They're at my mom's. And on the way back, Meg, I was answering comments and shit like that. Meg, on the way back, said, babe, there's a tire on the side of the road. Do you want to get it? I said, do you mind? She said, I wouldn't have mentioned it. So I grabbed that tire. And that's what we opened the video with, stabbing. Guys, I am a scavenger. I'm always on the lookout for stuff like that. I got my fat ass right out of that car, picked it up, threw it in the back, thanks to Megatron. Why? I want to bring you guys different cutting mediums. I don't cherry pick the mediums. I really don't. I didn't know what kind of tire it was. Hell, there's some tires that I'll go to stab at. Some bitch will bounce from here to Canada. It just will. They're tough, they're thick, and I try to keep those around. And some tires are a little easier. I don't cherry pick the wood. I try to give you as much a natural experience as I can muster. Now, we've been doing a lot of the videos at work. Guys, I'm so far behind on knives, man, at this point. This whole week, this entire week is going to be a knife video every day, reviewing it every day. This is the last Survive knife that I have for right now. I'm going to get a box out to JR, get a box of the ones I've reviewed back to him, get a box back to Timbo. And I believe JR's got 2 or 3 more. We'll get them in. They're in the K890 steel and maybe one in LMAX. The only knives I've tried so far from Survive are the Magna Cut. And they're done well. And I don't understand all what's going on. And I'll tell you why I don't understand it, because I don't keep up with it, guys. Lord God, I got more stuff to worry about. I don't. But trying to watch a few other people's videos, trying to work, trying to do everything that I got to do, I just don't have time to keep up with drama or politics in the community. I really don't. And if it's something I don't give a shit about, so I don't understand how this is good and the other's bad, nor do I care. I know we're going to try some of the Magna Cut. I'm sorry, the K890 and the LMAX, and I'm really excited about that. I'm super excited here that I started the damn video out of frame. You don't know how happy it makes me to put all the time and effort into a video and then do some dumb shit like that. But it's old Scab. What else do you expect? Come on, son. Listen, got a couple minutes left, and there's no way I'm leaving this part out. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. We know that. We talk about that. It's the weekend they're higher. Stats actually run anywhere from 15 to 29. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. And all that means, man, vets, we love you. Dude, you have a place here. You're welcome here. I back the blue. It's not popular and I don't give a shit. I've named my reasons for it 100 times. And here's why I say it that way. I'm not shoving it down your throat. I don't care if you do or don't. That's your personal opinion and something that you have to make on your own, and I will never judge you for it. In fact, I got members of the choir who don't agree with it. They politely don't, and man, that's not an issue with me. We all have to make our own decisions, but I do, and I've given my reasons a million times, and I respect you enough not to try to shove it down your throat. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. It's a daily fight. It is, and many of you know that fight, and I'm so super appreciative for each and every one of you who will consistently say, hey man, that's me, I appreciate you. Or hey man, I'm this, 5 months, 6 months, 10 years clean. That means a lot, not only to me, but the other folks in this community who struggle. Well, guys, listen, couple of ending thoughts. One, let me just say this particular extension cord right here, and the reason that I show this is twofold. One is, when I located underground utilities, I had to strip a lot of wire. So I use my knife a ton to strip wire. Two, at work, sometimes we have to make a lot of whips, have to cut extension cords. That's that heavy ass, thick gauge extension cord that has kicked every other knife's ass. This knife blew through it. Very, very impressive. This is how we ended up. I'm going to strop this up, clean it up, and get it back to JR. In the meantime, man, y'all have a great week. You know I love you. God knows I do. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Take it easy.